Hello, Christ the King. I'm Solomon Kim, campus minister at MIT with RUF, and I'm grateful to be with you on this Holy Week and to join you in your series through the seven sayings of Jesus from the cross. The third saying of Jesus from the cross goes like this: Woman, behold your son, behold your mother. These words can be found in John chapter 19, and you can read them in its context. But the context is basically this. Jesus has just been crucified. He is hanging on a Roman cross and dying. And there are four soldiers. They had just crucified Jesus. And they have divided up his garments, his clothing, four ways. Everyone gets a piece. They are playing games, gambling for his remaining tunic. And next to them are four women, one of whom is his mom, his mother. And there's also a fifth person who is called the beloved disciple. Many believe this is John, the author of the fourth gospel. And so when he says, Woman, behold your son, he's talking to his mom. And when he says, Behold your mother, he's talking to his beloved disciple. And this is a clear image of a son dying in front of his mom and caring for her in his death. He is honoring her with his affection, with provision, with connection. And I think, when we hear these words, when we think about this story, I think it's important to consider the fifth commandment. To honor thy father and thy mother, to honor those who are superiors of ours. And that the fifth commandment may be countercultural in some ways today, but I think we, as we reflect on these words from Jesus on the cross, we see that not even the Son of God, the suffering servant, the Lamb of God who was dying, was above the duty of the fifth commandment, of honoring his parents, his mother. And so I think we need to reflect on what it might mean for us to honor our father and our mother. And I think the meaning of this must speak more than our nuclear family. If you think about how Jesus addresses his mom as woman, I would suggest that's not a model of Fifth Commandment excellence. This is not the first time he's called her a woman. There's a story early on in the very beginnings of Jesus's public ministry. They're at a wedding, and Jesus's mother comes to him as his mother. And he kind of rebuffs her, responds to her by saying, Woman, what do you have to do with me? My hour has not yet come. And, fast forward 17 chapters, and here we are, and his hour has come. And what I believe is happening here, near the cross, in front of these followers, these four women and the beloved disciple, is that Jesus is creating a new family. This is a family of faith. And John is contrasting the four soldiers, which are snapshots of unbelief, that they are completely oblivious to what's going on. Perhaps the most significant moment in history, with these four women who represent faith, that they are waiting on Jesus in tragedy, sure, trying to make sense of it, but they have stuck with him. And I think faith is being with Jesus, not only when things are going well, but namely when he is on the cross, when the glory of the Son is being manifest through his death and through his resurrection. And so the woman, they are trying to make sense of his death. And certainly we as believers today, we are on the other side of the resurrection, awaiting our own. But I believe what Jesus is doing is he is creating his family, a new family of those who are following Jesus to be near the cross. And he is giving assignments of motherhood, of sonship, of these familial roles within this family. And here, let me just close with this. These certainly, these words, I think, as we're going through this series on the seven sayings of Jesus from the cross, some of these sayings are certainly Jesus in agony, maybe even crying out to the Father. And here, these words are specifically given to his mother and to the beloved disciple. But I think in some real sense, we can consider these words to ourselves as well. That as we are following Jesus on this Holy Week, as we are reflecting on what it meant for him to die for us, to be there, to stick with him, that we too will be beloved by Jesus, that we too will be honored by Jesus, that we too will be elevated into these roles of being a brother of Jesus himself, who died for us and who gives us not only new life, but a new family. So I hope these words are an encouragement to you, that in the ways that Jesus cared for his own mother and perhaps his best friend, Jesus gives us that same status in his family as well. Thank you.